What's up, race fans? I'm back again, Randy Orton Fan 2011, here to bring you round 16 of 30 in Season 3 of the PORWC Pepsi Max Nationwide Series. We have reached the Brickyard. That's right, we have reached one of America's oldest tracks. Of course, this track very famous for the Indianapolis 500, but this weekend NASCAR is here in the PORWC Pepsi Max Nationwide Series. We'll also be here for the Cup Series, by the way. As we're here, we'll start off with the Nationwide Series first with the Allstate 250 here at Indianapolis. We're going to be here for 10 laps. It's going to be an interesting race to see how all this turns out. Points leader Michael Norman is trying to hold on to his somewhat large points lead over Trenton Dunham. He currently has a 21-point lead over Trenton Dunham at this point, but then he also got a pretty tight battle towards the rest of the field. As you know, Ryan Richards coming off his first win in the Nationwide Series and a weekend sweep, I want to mention. Ryan Richards coming off the weekend sweep at Daytona. He'll be starting up toward the 9th position, trying to get back that momentum to get himself into the top 5. He's already in the top 5 in points. And now he probably want to get into, I believe he's third in the points. Yes, he is. He's third in the points, and he's certainly want to gain some ground on Trent Dunham as we're in the closing stages of the regular season here. We're only 5 more races until the end of the regular season. The regular season finale will be at Hogzilla, so that will be interesting to see how that turns out. But first off, let's take a look at the starting lineup.
Now let me tell you though.
And then I say goodbye to your whispers in my dreams. First of all was your scent upon my pillow. And then I say goodbye to your whispers in my dreams. And then our lips will part. In my mind
That was looking at your starting lineup. Michael Norman will be starting on the pole for the first time in this Nationwide Series season. He'll be right next to Joseph Lombard, who's actually 7th, who I believe is, give me a moment. I believe he's 8th in the points. He does have the tiebreaker over Charles Jackson. Do have the same amount of points as Charles Jackson, but he does hold the tiebreaker for more wins. There is Barney Ward trying to get himself his first top 10 of the season. I believe he's the only driver in the Nationwide Series who hasn't finished in the top 10. Barney Ward having a not so good season, struggling this season, back down in the bottom 10 in points. And there is the guy second in the points, Trenton Dunham, gained a little bit of ground on Michael Norman, but not quite enough to get the points lead. Trent Dunham looking to gain even more ground on Michael Norman, have some momentum, and possibly look for his 3rd win of the Nationwide Series this season. We're just about ready to fire up these engines. Let's get started here at the Brickyard. Well, the engines have been fired up. We're going to be here for 10 laps here at the Brickyard. As the cars start rolling out, we'll see if any of the other cars have any problems. Looks like we already do. And it's Sam Young with a problem before the green flag even flies. Wow, that's a tough break for the 51 team of Sam Young. They've been down outside the top 30 most of the season, and that won't really help them out. And now the rest of these guys, they got to start catching up to the rest of the pack here, as we're about to get the field is already coming off of turn 4. Pace car will hit pit road. Look at the attendance here. We got over 200,000 plus here in attendance here at the Brickyard as we await the green flag. And there's the green flag. Here we go. 10 laps here at the Brickyard. And of course, everyone here wants to win. Everyone, not whether it's the Nationwide Series or the Cup Series, you want to win here at the Brickyard. And it looks like that pack of cars that were behind Sam Young have been able to catch up to the rest of the pack here. So you take a look at some of the drivers coming down the backstretch, the long backstretch. Been able to keep it intact so far. Michael Norman currently the leader. Right behind him is Barney Ward. Third place is Sean Henley, currently 10th in the points. He needs to get himself into the wants to get himself farther up the top 10. There's Joseph Lombard. Of course, we mentioned he's 8th in the points. There's James Silverfox. I believe he is 6th in the point. He is 7th actually. He's actually 7th in the points. So a lot of guys in the top 10 here. Right away. We got guys in the top 10. Racing here in the top 10 in this Nationwide Series races. Barney Ward takes over the lead from Michael Norman, our points leader. Sean Henley will take over second from Michael Norman, coming off of turn 2. Norman back to third. Silverfox now up to 4th. Joseph Lombard trying to defend the 5th position from Dylan Poteet. And there is Trenton Dunham, who's second in the points, in 7th. There's Ryan Richards coming off the weekend sweep at Daytona, currently going for the 7th position at the expense of Trenton Dunham. And there's Dylan Young and Johnny Gardner. Johnny Gardner looking to get at least a podium. He really needs to get something good here. At least a win for Johnny Gardner would really help him out in the wild card hunt. And for Dylan Young, he also needs to get himself at least a good finish here to get himself in a better position in the wild card hunt. And there is Seth Cole, currently the first car outside the top 10. He's 17th in the points. He's actually tied with Dylan Young. But Seth Cole has more top 10s than Dylan Young, and that is the tiebreaker. They have the same amount of top 5s, podium finishes, and wins, but Seth Cole has more top 10s, so Seth Cole has the tiebreaker. Take a look at some of the action towards the back of the pack. Looks like the field has spread out just a little bit. We got a bunch of cars here going at it towards the back. A couple of struggling cars. Jacob Cook, they're just trying to finish the race here. And we also saw Ryan Juke, Jack Richards, Kyle Sosnowski. They're all struggling this season. Haven't really had much airtime in the top 20. And there's Charles Jackson, currently 9th, and currently I believe 9th in the points. So he's gonna need some help if he wants to get himself into a better position in the top 10 in points. Remember, the top 10 in points automatically make the playoffs. And then there are 6 wild card positions, and they are based off the drivers between 11th and 20th. There's one of the guys currently holding one of those wild card spots, Xavier Livingston. Currently, I believe he is 17th in the points. I do actually want to mention Seth Cole and Dylan Young are 18th and 19th in the points, so a bit of a mistake there, a bit of a mix-up. So Xavier Livingston is actually the guy 17th in points. And he's currently running in 21st position. He's going to need a bit more speed if he wants to get himself into a better position in that wild card hunt. Get back to the lead battle here, and it looks like Barney Ward is still leader. Michael Norman has got past Sean Henley. Sean Henley has fallen back to the fifth position. Joseph Lombard now in 3rd. Barney Ward trying to defend the lead. And remember, if you get the lead at the halfway point, you get an extra bonus point. Barney Ward could certainly use that, but Michael Norman might want it more. As they come to turns 3 and 4, Michael Norman with the inside advantage. Getting a little drafting help from Joseph Lombard. Barney Ward will lose the lead. And big day for the points leader, Michael Norman, as he leads at the halfway point. That's 2 bonus points right there for Michael Norman. And that could be huge. That could be huge later on towards this season, towards the end of the regular season. Take a look at the rest of these guys running in the front. Cody Loms has moved his way into the top 15, as well as James McLeod. Trent Dunham has fallen off a bit, fallen back to, I believe, the 15th position. A couple guys running in the top 10. Seth Cole and Dylan Young be able to work together. They've been able to move themselves into the top 10 here. Now we got James Silverfox. I believe he's in the 6th position. Seth Cole now to the inside of Dylan Young, also trying to get into the inside of his buddy James Silverfox for that 6th position. And Seth Cole could certainly use a good finish here to get himself in a better position in the wild card hunt. Barney Ward retook the lead from Michael Norman coming off of turn 4 as we come around with 4 laps to go. And we just got a yellow flag, and this might be the end of the race right here. Ryan Cooper, Jacob Lawler. Do want to mention Jacob Lawler. Sean Galligan's in it. Jack Richards. Oh, Xavier Livingston got a piece of that one. And I think the biggest loser here might be Jacob Lawler. He's going to take a big hit in the points. Yeah, there was smoke. There was something happened towards the back of the pack, and that is what put us under our one and possibly our only yellow flag of this race. So Barney Ward in perfect position when he saw the yellow flag come out, that was the perfect position for Barney Ward to pass Michael Norman, and he will most likely take the lead and maybe the win here if we do not get a one-lap shootout. But we'll have to wait and see what the ruling is by the PORWC officials as we earn the yellow flag here at Indianapolis. Here's what brings our first yellow flag of the race. Looks like Xavier Livingston gets really tight coming off of turn 2. He ends up hitting the wall. He gets into Ben Paul right here. Ben Paul able to save his car. But then a bunch of other cars are going to come into the picture here. Look at all these cars trying to avoid it. Not so lucky for Sean Galligan, though. Tony Blazer able to make his way through. Rhett Yates, a couple of other cars, and right about there, Jack Richards, Ryan Cooper, Ryan Juke's going to get into the middle of it, and Jacob Lawler is going to take a massive hit there, and he's going to take a hard hit in the points. This was the pass for the lead as they were coming into turns 3 and 4. Barney Ward making the pass on the inside line. Again, you want to be on the inside line. Pace car lights were on at the time, so we're inside 5 to go here, so Barney Ward could very likely take the win here under the yellow flag. And wow, what a turnaround for Barney Ward. He's the first. Before this race, he was the only guy without a top 10. And how about that with a big rebound, a big win, possibly for Barney Ward. Maybe if we do end up finishing this race under the yellow flag, but we'll have to wait and see what the PORWC officials will say about that. We'll see what kind of ruling the PORWC officials will get as we are under the yellow flag here at Indianapolis. We're back. Pace cars not giving us the one to go, so we will not get a one-lap shootout. And here they come to the stripe. And Barney Ward will be able to kiss the bricks here at the Brickyard, here at Indianapolis. And wow, what a turnaround for Barney Ward. He's the last guy to get a top 10 finish. And, you know, now you can say you can pretty much suck it right there. That was a great showing by Barney Ward making the pass on Michael Norman. Michael Norman so close to his second win of the season. He'll have to sell for a second. Dylan Pote with a great showing as he ends up 3rd. Sean Henley will end up 4th, a great showing for him. And Joseph Lombard, those guys will most certainly at least get themselves into the top 10 or stay in the top 10 in points. James Silverfox will end up 6th, Seth Cole in 7th, Dylan Young in 8th, Liam Ervig 9th, and Johnny Gardner rounding out the top 10. A lot of powerhouse names there in the PORWC, but for Barney Ward, backing down the bottom 10 in points, and this will most certainly help him out. But I don't know if there's going to be enough time for him to get back in the top 20 in the wild card hunt. But still, this is a big morale booster for Barney Ward and that 11 team. As we finish this race under the yellow flag, and now we take you to your official race results. There's a look at your official race results. Congratulations to Barney Ward, his first win of the Nationwide Series this season, and I believe that's his second win of the Nationwide Series in his career. So congratulations to Barney Ward as he wins for his second career win in the Nationwide Series. Michael Norman, Dylan Pote, they ran out the podium. Sean Henley, Joseph Lombard finished 4th and 5th. 6th through 10th are James Silverfox, Seth Cole, Dylan Young, Liam Ervig, and Johnny Gardner. 11th through 20th are Callum Wells, Cody Lamas, James McLeod, Trent Dunham, Zohar Manood, Danny Wells, Robert Wagner, John Dillon, Ryan Richards, and James Qualls. 21st through 30th are Charles Jackson, Alex Jones, David Burton, Ben Paul, Ron Fajara, Stephen Whitman, Richard Johnson, Max Russell, Jacob Cook, and Eric Burton. 7 more cars ended up finishing the race. Tony Blazer, Rhett Yates, Kyle Sosnowski, Cole Daly, Red Bell, Ryan Juke, and Jacob Lawler. 4 cars DNF from the race, and 1 car never even got to the start, took the green flag. Xavier Livingston, Sean Galligan, Jack Richards, and Ryan Cooper ended up DNFing, and Sam Young never ever took the green flag, so he will be credited with dead last. So we had a one lap pass for that lead, and that gave Barney Ward the win here at Indianapolis. As we're done here for the Nationwide Series. Next up, we got the Cup Series, and of course they'll have very interesting storylines going on in the Cup Series. We're down to 8 races left in the Cup Series regular season schedule. So it's going to be interesting to see how all that transpires. Alright guys, that's it. Here I'm done here for the Nationwide Series. Stay tuned for the Cup race. This is Randy Orton Fan 2011 signing off. Remember to subscribe to me and become a member of the gang. This race has been brought to you by Pepsi Max. 0 calories, maximum taste. Pepsi Max. I'm out.
Thank you.